Make this easy, don't they? Welcome back to Gear Auto Mechanical. I'm Jason, that's who I am. We're gonna go ahead and be doing a work on my own car today. Yay. This is my grocery getter, you know, something that gets at least 30 miles a gallon. We're going to be doing a valve cover gasket and spark plugs today. And the spark plugs really aren't bad, they're just getting close to service time. So let's go ahead and get started and have some fun. First off, I'm going to be disconnecting all the wiring harness and getting that out of my way so I can work comfortably and get everything up and out. I am going to try to keep the coils in order. Oh, I do need to disconnect the battery first. A lot of mechanics will skip this step, but I find it to be important when you're disconnecting some sensors. Not super necessary, but it's one of those things, you know? Unplug all your tweaked out little gadgets here. The crank sensor. All right. And we're going to go ahead and do the injectors too. Pull those so we have enough room with this harness. Golly. Now I got to remove this bracket here so we can get the harness to kind of move. Ends up being. Oh no, I'm breaking stuff. Oh, I broke two of those. Oh my God, did that brittle? Boy, these New Mexico vehicles are kind of. They get old quick. Oh, that's the spark plug gap, by the way. That way I didn't forget it.
Look at that.
Yeah, and we've been getting some misfire, as you can see. This is why the manifold gasket is getting replaced. And, you know, it's my vehicle, so I don't care about how dirty you get. Get it? I'll just use this section to put stuff on. All right. Damn it. Ew. Because where it's leaking, there's only 2 bolts really holding the. What kind of mystery lies under this? Hopefully it's nothing bad. Oh shit, I got one here. That'll break right through the smaller surface area. Dale, go away, please. Gosh, they make this easy, don't they? Oh, those are full of oil. All right, next we're gonna clean this off, put it back in. And how do I want to do that? Finishing up cleaning the valve cover on the inside. Didn't think about what they were doing when I made this thing. I need to let the Dawn sit in for a little bit longer next time. I'm just impatient, I want to get this job done. Okay, not job, maintenance done on my vehicle. So it's not a job, not unless you're getting paid. Oh, yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I've never done work.
You know, honestly, Chris, I can't argue with that one. That should be good enough. All right, let's see if I can find a nice little nifty pick. And I don't think I'm going to put any gasket sealer or anything on here. I'm just going to bolt it on with the new gasket. As you can see, it's kind of worn out and not in super great shape, but you know, hey, that's the way it goes.
It was leaking anyway.
There's my pick. It's right in front of my face. Yeah, it
needs to be suppled.
Shrank a little bit. And this is the one that was leaking the most.
Want that air hose again to
Nope.
blow down
Nope.
channel
Nope.
there?
I said no. I'm gonna use some brake clean on it. Jolly. Check that one out. That's the one that was leaking the worst. Are you hurting rabbits?
Rabbits? Cats? Big cat, hardened cat.
I bet you rabbits are just as hard to hurt. They gotta be. Oh my God. To the funny farm where life is wonderful all the time and those nice young men. Did you not believe me? I've seen aluminum ones that are just complicated. Leave it in comments how many different ways you can say aluminum. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this gasket on here because I feel safe now. The other two are in the bag, so this is a big one. I'm pretty sure I ordered the right gasket. I don't know, looks weird. Or square peg, or rectangle peg, any kind of peg. Peg. All right, we got it down. I'm gonna look at the pistons real quick, or not the pistons, the spark plugs, see what I got. Do them after I put the valve cover back on. This in there. Everything's ready to go on, everything's clean. I'm gonna go ahead and put the valve cover gasket on now. Get everything buttoned back up and then change the spark plugs. And we'll be talking to you in a second. You're on a mechanical, rocking on.
I have a rocking on.
You got a rocking on, I got a rocking on.
Rocking on.
Rocking on, rocking on. Do. What?
Rock off and plug it, man. Easy rest.
You're gonna have to have that on the video, buddy.
It's on there.
If you don't delete it, it's there.
Yeah, it's called reversing the process. I don't have to use my air ratchet. This goes a lot quicker. We gotta check the spark plug gap on each one. And I wrote it down as 0.05255. 052. And we're gonna go ahead and check the next one. 060. They're supposed to come pre-gap. So since I went over, I got to use this nice nifty tool. These are Iridian, so you don't want to put any pressure on the little electrode thingy. 0.052. As I said, you can't use this to pry it up. Don't do that with Iridian. Next step is putting some anti-seize on the threads. I'm just gonna slob a little bit on there. Anti-seize is, well, I guess it should be self-explanatory. This is, I'm pretty sure this has got aluminum in it, which makes it ground anyway. That way you can lube your threads so that they don't seize in there after a certain amount of time. So it is a very important step to the whole tune-up process. I mean, yeah, you can get away without it, but you know, it's a lot safer not to pull your threads out when you pull your plugs that are worn out. And we'll go ahead and get these spark plugs in. Hopefully this doesn't take me too long. This one. Now we got the torque sequence correct. There's no torque sequence on this, just to let you know. Just joshing because Dale's goofing off again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some dielectric grease right in the tip here, even though this has plenty because I've done it before. The reason why you put dielectric grease is it helps keep from getting stuck once again. But this way, the grease doesn't make it misfire, so it doesn't short out. In fact, you could use it on your connectors too. Good for all kinds of things. Back Ford, when I was at Ford, used to get the dielectric grease from the shop and it said brake lube on it. Well, it was dielectric grease on there for brake lube. That's what they used. And this is back in like 94, somewhere in there. Maybe 96. And this is dielectric grease. Now, can I find it? I was looking for my big tube of it the other day, but I think Dale left it under his hood. So I only got a small tube left, but I don't need much. How does this thing open? More challenging than the space shuttle. Ah, got it. Oh, come on. That's why I like my tube. Think we got enough dielectric grease on there. 2, 3, now 4. All right, now I just gotta hook back up the battery and deal with having to redo all my settings. And a quick glance just to double check everything, make sure all plugged in everywhere. always makes for life being a little easier. Now let's go ahead and start her up. May got a couple misfires because I did drain some oil into the cylinder.
Nah, I never missed it.
Smell a little bit of the cleaning stuff that I cleaned it out with coming through the thing. It seems to start fine now. Anyway, this is Jason. That's who I am. I'm Gear Auto Mechanical. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, like and subscribe, okay? Bye.
Let it run for a little bit.